Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Crypto Convo, series where we cover exciting news and price action in the land of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's been a while since we've made one of these. We've been so focused on price action lately that we haven't been covering much news. So I'm excited to sit down, record this with you guys, go over some fun articles, and just talk some shop. As always, before we get into it, we'll go over each topic that we're going to be discussing, and we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, of course, TradingView. We got to go over some technicals, but we are going to save that for the end. As many of you know, I am expecting a short-term pullback in Bitcoin, so we will once again go over our short-term downside price targets, see where we're going to be accumulating more Bitcoin in the near future, hopefully at least, and yeah, we'll talk price action. We will also be covering Ethereum. We haven't been covering Ether all that much on the channel, but some of you OGs know that I am a huge fan of Ethereum. I will be covering it more in the future. I have some plans for next week in regards to Ether, so we will talking about Ether more. And yeah, at the end of this video, we will cover Ether and price action. We also have a pretty exciting article to go over regarding Ether as well. In terms of articles, in terms of news, man, I'm pumped to go over some of these. So, first one, billionaire investor chamath palihapatiya says Bitcoin will surge to $200,000 as more investors realize they need an uncorrelated hedge against untrustworthy national leaders. So, chamath palihapatiya, if you guys aren't familiar, I mean, the godfather of SPACs. He pretty much invented the SPAC, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. But I've been a huge fan of Chamath over the course of this crazy market time, dating all the way back to March. I think he's one of the most reasonable voices in the entire financial landscape, and the dude is super, super rich and successful. So I do, his money is where his mouth is. I really respect this guy. And yeah, I want to go over a few quotes from here and just give you guys my take on what Chamath had to say about Bitcoin's potential price over the coming years. Next article, Bitcoin price volatility spikes as BTC whales sell each new high. Really flipping the script here. Opposite side of the spectrum, BTC 200K, whales are selling. Again, you guys, this is short term. I'm kind of trying to wrap this all back around to my short term price targets for Bitcoin. You guys know I'm a Bitcoin bull. I'm as bullish on Bitcoin as it gets long term. But again, as a rational individual, as someone who's played bubbles before, I am expecting a short-term pullback. And as we know, say it along with me, corrections are a healthy part of every bull market. Okay, so we're going to go over this, see what the whales are doing. Because again, you guys, remember this not only applies to Bitcoin and the crypto markets, but to the stock market as well. Although whales, market movers, those with like large shares and holdings of whatever asset you're talking about, in this case, of course, Bitcoin. So thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. When the price is going as crazy as it is, and their net worth is climbing at such an unprecedented rate, they're going to want to take some profits. And when they want to take profits, they move markets. And keep in mind, you guys, the retail trader has come a long way over the past year or so. But the whales still dictate general direction. They can't control the markets, but they do dictate general price direction. And that's very important to keep in mind. Okay, so we will take a look at this. Take a look at what Joseph Young, I love this dude. I love this dude's articles. So I'm pumped to be covering articles again. One of my favorite authors in the crypto space. So we're going to take a look at what he's thinking about the future of Bitcoin, the near future that is. And of course, I will chime in with my thoughts about his thoughts as well. Moving on, again, Ethereum. Google searches for Ethereum hit all-time high. Huge news, you guys. This is great news. I'm going to put in the title. I've already thought about it. Ethereum hits all-time high, or Ethereum hit all-time high. A little play on words there, but again, Google searches for Ethereum hit all-time high. That's huge news. That's great news. But again, this does point back to the fact that we are reaching peak levels of FOMO. Like I said in the last video, when everybody and their mom starts talking about Bitcoin, Ether, cryptos, that's usually a sign that we could be seeing a short-term top and things are getting a little too hype. Okay, so gotta let the hype settle down, get rid of some of the weak, make room for the strong once again. And again, this all, like I said in the beginning, just kind of ties back into those price targets that we're going to get to in the end, and what I'm thinking in terms of price action. Okay, so still good news for Ethereum. I love people getting educated. I do think, of course, crypto is going to be play such a foundational role, I should say, in the future of finance. So people getting educated, people Googling Ethereum, chainlink, EOS, whatever crypto it is, whatever altcoin it is, whatever project it is, as long as they're getting educated, I'm so down with that. Okay, so great news here. Moving on, last article, crypto market cap breaks 1 trillion following jaw-dropping rally. So $1 trillion, you guys, that's a big number. That's a lot of zeros right there, but this is a pivotal point. This is such a benchmark. This is just such a benchmark in the history of crypto, in the short history of crypto. It's very important to keep in mind, you guys. Bitcoin is only 11 years old. And for such a young industry to have reached $1 trillion in value, like a meaningful amount of the global GDP, is crazy, you guys. And it's just a sign of the times, sign of how objectively still early we are in the long run. But again, you guys, just how crazy things are going and how high some of these numbers are getting. So we will go over this. Just because it's exciting, and again, it's definitely it's a reason to celebrate. It's a time to remember, and this date, January 7th of 2021, will be a day to remember for the entire crypto market. Okay, so before we get into any of those, you guys, I'm so pumped to talk to you guys about this. It's a sponsor. I'm going to tell you guys that right off the bat, but I'm truly so freaking stoked to talk to you guys about BlockFi, my newest partnership, my first legitimate partnership. And I'm pumped, and I hope you guys are as well, because you guys, the Waves fam is like seriously the one who's made all this possible. The fact that you guys watch me, that you guys give me your attention, that you guys are on this ride with me, I couldn't thank you more. And that's why super sick companies like BlockFi have reached out to me, and we're partners now. Like, I got my own link. Look at this, blockfi.com/Royce. That's a valid link. You do get $250, up to $250 bonus in crypto when you open an account. I'm gonna make a separate video that I'm gonna post tomorrow morning about BlockFi, specifically about BlockFi. But if you guys watch Pomp or any of the other big voices in crypto, you guys would definitely know about BlockFi. You pretty much put your crypto in here and earn up to 8.6% APY. So you earn interest on top of your crypto. It's just such an obvious play. I've not a lot of Bitcoin, but I have a decent amount of my Bitcoin in BlockFi. You know, maybe a lot for me, but you guys, I'm just so pumped to be like companies that I've looked up to, that I've used, that I've like respected for so long, and I believe are such like meaningful companies in the crypto space. The fact that we are now partners, and that like I'm partnered with them, and again, I got blockfi.com/Royce. You know how pumped I am about that. So again, you guys, it would mean the world to me. I'm gonna make a video more about it tomorrow, like specifically for BlockFi, but give it to you guys early if you guys want this. You can get up to $250 in crypto bonus if you use that. Obviously, it's a partner link, so I get something out of it too. But again, you guys, Waves fam, we made it, baby. So it feels good. Again, I will teach you guys more about BlockFi, like go a little more in depth. Made one of my nice write-ups, little graphics for you guys about BlockFi, why I really like BlockFi. So again, not gonna plug anything else today. Not even gonna ask you to like and subscribe, but I hope you do. But again, you got like, I could not be more stoked to reveal this new partnership with you guys. And again, it's just such a sign of how far we've come in such a short amount of time with such a sick group of people. Okay, so sorry for that rant. Again, I'll talk more about this tomorrow, but let's get into some of this stuff. Again, price action for the end. We did break this line of resistance though, so I'm excited to talk to you guys about what I'm seeing from here. First things first, again, we pretty much covered this with the title. Billionaire investor chamath palihapatiya told CNBC that video has like 300,000 views now. Bitcoin's price could soar to $200,000 in as soon as 5 years as the fabric of a society is frayed and investors realize they need uncorrelated hedge in their portfolios. And I quote, "Every time you see all of this stuff happening, it just reminds you that, wow, our leaders are not as trustworthy and reliable as they used to be," Palihapatiya said. And so just in case we really do need to have some kind of insurance we can keep under our pillow that gives us some access to an uncorrelated hedge. So again, you guys, Bitcoin, you may have heard of it as the chaos hedge. Bitcoin is right now acting as a chaos hedge, but so are the markets. The reality is the dollar is being printed. We're going to keep printing the dollar with a blue wave coming through. More and more money is just going to keep being printed. That money printer is going to go burr, and as long as money is being printed, the dollar will ultimately become more and more devalued. And assets, hard money assets like Bitcoin, will continue to appreciate in value, okay? But that doesn't mean we won't see a little bump, because the DXY, which is the dollar index, is looking like it wants to bounce. We're not going to get into that today. We're not going to get into the charts of the DXY. But I do recommend you guys keep an eye on it, because the DXY is, if you're a macro trader like I am, probably one of the most important single things you can look at. Okay. So Bitcoin price volatility spikes as BTC whales sell each new high. Data suggests Bitcoin's price drop at each new all-time high are the result of mega whales selling into liquidity. Bitcoin's price has reestablished a $40,000 level of support, but as bull push toward a new all-time high, the possibility of another sharp sell-off looms. According to analysts and material indicators, a crypto analytics company, mega whales sold off steeply when Bitcoin hit $40,000 on January 7th. This led to a quick 10% drop to the 36,000 area over the next few hours. So you guys remember that. We'll take a look at that in the charts. Just look at it now. That was right after Bitcoin reached 40K. That was right here. So that big red candle right there as Bitcoin reached 40K. So that's that. Again, it has reassumed the trend since then, but again, it's now under that line of resistance. So that's going to be exciting to talk about. Anyway, I do want to talk about his take on it because I definitely agree with this. Where could Bitcoin go from here? Bitcoin currently has extremely strong technical momentum that continues to drive the price higher. For this reason, traders are reluctant to short it, but some have started to take profits. In the short term, one concern for Bitcoin is a potential recovery of the US dollar, again, the DXY. So the question is, with the DXY finding a floor surprisingly and metals responding by getting nuked, does BTC hold? Metals getting nuked. Shout out to the newsletter group. Throw some love in the chat for your boy. You know that took a toll on the portfolio this morning. Not going to get into that though. All smiles here. Always positive, you guys. Even if you take losses like I did this morning. It is Friday as I'm recording this. Always keep that smile on your face because you get back up, you get up stronger. Phoenix from the ashes, baby. The US dollar index, DXY, is hovering at a support level on the monthly chart. Alternative stores of value like Bitcoin and gold are priced against the dollar. Hence, if the dollar begins to move upward, the risk of a BTC correction could intensify. So again, you guys, as the dollar has gotten creamed. The DXY has gotten absolutely creamed over the past few months because, again, we're printing, and that trend is likely to continue as long as we continue to print. Okay, so we're going to keep printing. The dollar is going to continue to go down, but short term, the DXY looks like it wants to bounce, which means assets like Bitcoin that have been ripping so freaking hard are probably going to fall because it's a direct hedge to the US dollar and inflation, okay? So keep in mind, again, just all wrapping around to the short-term pullback. Not many crypto search terms have come close to their peaks in spite of the new bull market, but Ethereum is a notable exception. Most people are searching for the word Ethereum now than ever. No, more people, are searching for Ethereum now more than ever before in its history. Google Trends data reveals that the number of Google searches currently being performed for Ethereum is at an all-time high. Ether's not quite there, almost there, but searches are there, which is close enough. Eclipsing search interest during the height of the Ether bull run is not close enough. Ethereum's previous peak in the search term popularity was on January 13th, 2018, the date of ETH's all-time high at $1,432. So, I mean, you guys, we are crushing it right now. Ethereum, again, the more people that learn about crypto, I've been saying this a lot. An investment in crypto is an investment in yourself. When you buy into crypto, you go down that rabbit hole. I went through this in 2016, 2017. You buy crypto, and then you're financially incentivized to educate yourself on it. And the more you educate yourself on it, the more you understand the fundamental prospects that it provides in this current financial ecosystem. And the more you understand why we're seeing this fundamental rally right now. Again, we're getting a little bit into FOMO territory. It's going to take a little while longer for the fundamentals. I mean, I shouldn't say the fundamentals to catch up, but again, all wrapping back to that short-term pullback, still bullish long-term. I could not be more bullish on the fundamentals of Bitcoin, Ether, etc. Okay, so a little hint right now. Next week, I am prepping a video titled Bitcoin versus Ether, which will 10x first. So if you guys are still watching, that's a little Easter egg for you guys. I'm excited to share that with you guys and kind of my rationale behind which I think will 10x first. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to record that one. Crypto market cap breaks $1 trillion. The combined value of all cryptocurrencies just hit $1 trillion as Bitcoin and Ether continue to surge. So of course, great news here. Total crypto market cap, a major bellwether overall. I didn't highlight any of this. I don't know why I'm reading it. I did highlight this though. BTC and Ether's gravitational pull on the market has seen dozens, if not hundreds, of cryptocurrencies report double-digit percentage returns in the past week. The trillion-dollar crypto market trillion-dollar capitalization was reached mere days after the market exceeded the highs from 2017-2018 bull market. During the last cycle top in early 2018, the combined market cap hit roughly $830 billion, according to CoinMarketCap. So, amazing, you guys. Again, $1 trillion in market cap is a significant amount of the global GDP. It's not to be looked past. It's a lot of zeros right there. And again, you guys, this is just a moment in time that will be looked back on. Again, we are at pretty peak levels of FOMO right now, and it's getting a little crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if we dip down below that $1 trillion market cap for a little bit. But this day will be remembered because one day in the future, whether it's 6 months, a year, definitely 10 years from now, 100% 10 years from now, $1 trillion market cap in the entire cryptocurrency space is going to be looked at as a drop in the bucket. Okay, so very exciting times, you guys. Let's close it out with this, and then just celebrate the BlockFi one more time just because I'm so freaking pumped on it. Okay, so Bitcoin, again, as you can see here, you guys know that again, shout out to the newsletter guys. If you guys have been watching my Riot Mar videos, if you're still watching right now, you know that I sold a little early. Trigger finger got a little hot. I let go of my positions a little early, and it really took a toll on my portfolio, I'll tell you that much. But that said, that's the game. That is just the game, you guys, and you have to be comfortable with taking losses like that, not timing tops perfectly. And again, I'm venting to you guys a little bit, but just the principles of trading, you guys, if you guys are interested in this, sometimes you take L's. It sucks because not to brag, many of you guys know this, we were the earliest on Riot. We were talking about Riot and Mar before almost any other person on YouTube. Now everyone's talking about it. And it sucks to have gotten out early. Like, they just keep ripping because the FOMO and hype is just still so real, which I love to see. It's like my kids exceeding my potential. But again, you guys, that's the game. I'm ready for a pullback. It's okay. And again, I have dry powder at the ready. I know these are going to pull back. At least I really, really hope so. I'm pretty confident they will, but dry powder at the ready, always ready to establish a position at a better average cost price, okay? So that's it. Bitcoin, sorry for the little rant there. Just crying a little bit. So Bitcoin, again, is currently underneath this more medium-term line of resistance on this uptrend starting December 26th, day after Christmas. Okay, so Bitcoin, again, you guys, price target. That's why my price target was set right at this line, I believe, on the 7th. Again, I'm recording this on the 8th, so the day after. So again, Bitcoin has been ripping. It did successfully break above this, but this is looking to me like a bear trap. Sorry, like a bull trap. So a lot of people are going to be looking at this trend line. They see it broke. They think they're going to rally again, but that's where everyone that's where the smart money starts to exit, because that's why it's a bull trap. It traps the bulls into thinking you're going to see another rally up. Let alone the whales, boom, sell off, flash crash. Okay, so we might not see a flash crash, but I do still hold very firm in my beliefs that over the coming week or two, we will see a significant correction. 30K is my most conservative estimate, so I think we will, when we see a pullback, come down to at least $30,000. After that, I actually do think like 23, 24,000. I'll be very content with 24,000 on the downside because we spent so much time here prior to the parabolic rally. And keep in mind, you guys, we were at 10K not all that long ago. Like, we're significantly up. Even if we pull back to 23,000, 24,000, we're still significantly up on the year. So that's what's very important to understand. Although it seems like a significant pullback, that's a 40% correction. That's very, very normal to see in crypto bull markets, okay? So that's very important to understand as well. Yeah, so that's my price target. I doubt we'll get back down to 20K. I think it's possible. I think it's unlikely. But 30K would be reasonable. I would be comfortable establishing a small position or like adding more onto my position at 30K, and then I'd be very, very comfortable adding at 24K. Okay, so that's BTC again, just to cover that one more time. Ether is a chart that I don't look at all that much, as you can tell by just these lines I have drawn. So Ether, again, it was in a beautiful ascending channel. Once it broke out of this ascending channel, that's when it really broke out from like $890 all the way up to almost $1,200. So that's a crazy breakout. If we do see a pullback in Ether, it's very, very, very obvious to me that we will likely come down to about 990 to test this area that was once a significant line of resistance. You see that? It broke out. It proved it. Spiked up, bounced down, almost bounced off. It got a little below it, but immediately regained, reclaimed itself. So I think it's extremely, extremely likely that, you know what? I think it's extremely likely that Ether breaks below this and then comes down to ultimately test the lower line of support on this uptrend, which would still bring us to about like $890 if we hit it on like the 11th sometime next week. You know, like it can get all the way up to like 930, which, again, you guys, is a super reasonable correction from 1,200. Let's do a quick price range on that. That's not price range. Price range right here from the top at about 1,285 down to just, again, like just right here. Call it not. Let's do 900 even. Is about a 30% correction. Again, considering Bitcoin might see a 40% correction, a 30% correction in Ether and altcoins is not out of sight at all. So I will say again, I haven't even covered this yet. So if you guys are still around, props to, or like, not props to you guys. I mean, I hope you guys appreciate it, I guess. But that's my take on Ether. If we see a pullback, I will personally be accumulating Ether. I'd be comfortable accumulating Ether at $900 if we see a pullback. Okay, so that is that, you guys. Again, I mean, I'm just so pumped on this, you guys. I've seriously loved BlockFi as a company for so long. Like, this is like one of the companies. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this. I don't have to explain too much about it. Once again, I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the video tomorrow and just show it some love and show our sponsors some love and show our partners some love, because again, you guys, this isn't just me. This is a very small part of this is me. Most of this is you guys. And like, again, the fact that you give me your time, your attention, the most valuable resource on this planet, your time and your attention, and the fact that you give it to me, especially if you're still here, I freaking love you. And again, we did this, and I'm super proud to say that. So again, I would appreciate it if you did watch the video that I post tomorrow morning, just specifically about BlockFi. It's going to be a short one, straight up promo. But again, I could not be more stoked to be partnered with a company that I respect so much, and I think is going to play such like a generational company that I think is going to play such a pivotal role in the cryptocurrency landscape. So thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you're pumped on this partnership. We did this, so hopefully you guys are stoked about this. Let me know what you think about any of the articles we covered. Let me know what you think about Bitcoin's pullback. Literally, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm here for it, and I'll talk to you about it. So love talking shop. I'll catch you downstairs. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.